for the hardest-hitting show in talk radio. The true progressive voice since 2012. This is Southpaws.
And welcome to Southpaws on the Pacifica Radio Network. We are the leaders of the revolution. My name is Darren Gibson, and I'm your co-host.
Hello, yes, and I am Jack Prince, your fellow co-host.
Well, Jack, we're both here to do the show this week. I don't know how we survived the week. You have a harrowing tale. I do as well.
Yeah, I'd like to mention something before we get into the meat of the program about that, Darren. I experienced a tornado, first one in my life, and there's no question about it. The mystery is why the local news media doesn't identify what took place on the west side of Grand Rapids here as a tornado. And I know you have years of experience with Channel 8 and others.
Yeah,
I hear them boast about their outstanding radar capacity and their weather, their severe weather warnings, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
There's a path of destruction a half mile from here that's clear and distinguished. Trees toppled on top of houses. Mm-hmm. It was a tornado. And they have not identified it.
And the National Weather Service came out yesterday after supposedly their preliminary analysis was that it was straight line winds and not a tornado.
I know. I heard that, and I guess that's where my question comes from. I'm just confused as to why there is a hesitancy to identify it as a tornado. I understand they have clones. They can put clones up over these areas.
You mean drones?
Drones, excuse me. Yeah. They have clones in the media room. They're flying around, those clones in the air.
If they're putting clones in the air, then there's weed growing in the air. That's the type of clones that I'm thinking of here.
But they
that's new meaning to seeding the clouds.
Is this show going to fall apart this early on Friday?
It's Friday the 13th, September 13th, 2019, when we're recording this.
So folks, out there in Idaho and New Mexico, we have flying clone journalists here in Grand Rapids.
Yep, exactly. Oh, my gosh.
But it was fun. There were a lot of stuff flying through the air. A lot of damage. Roof, the home I was in, big section roof lifted right off. So it could have been worse. I mean, I looked at the pictures of Bahamas, and I guess it could have been a lot worse.
Our normal recording studio was damaged slightly or heavily. I haven't gone over there to see it yet. But, yeah, you showed me some of the pictures up and down that area there, and it has to be a tornado. It has to be.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, there was a guy working with consumers out in the street. We went out there, and we said, what is this? He says, well, it was a F1.
Yeah.
I said, we haven't heard that. Well, he says, our weather sources tell it was an F1.
EF1, yeah.
And there's only one street. You drive down 7th, and then you go over to 4th Street, and they're totally parallel.
Yeah.
Or they extend each other. Every house, every tree, and nothing else like that. I've been all over Grand Rapids the last couple of days. There's no other street like it.
Yeah. And then, of course, the northeast side of Grand Rapids got hit bad as well, up on Belknap. The Belknap neighborhood got really bad over there, I guess. Oh, but that's your harrowing tale. I'll tell you mine after we get through our plugs here. Reminder, you can follow us on social media by going to facebook.com/Southpaws Radio Show. You can follow us on Twitter at Southpaws Radio. You can become a patron of the show by going to patreon.com/Southpaws Radio. You can listen to the show anytime at Spreaker.com. Do a search for Southpaws there. You can also find us at the iTunes Store. Search under Podcasts for Southpaws. Find our logo, and you found us. So it's real easy. And, of course, you can listen to us on Pacifica Radio across the country and around the world, including KCEI in Taos, New Mexico, KZGM in Kabul, Missouri, and, of course, on Global Community Radio Channel 1 every Monday night at 9 p.m. We're on right after Democracy Now!, so make sure you check us out there. While you were trying to keep from becoming the next Dorothy and Toto, you and Chico. Yeah, how's our producer doing, by the way? Is he doing good?
Chico took it in stride.
Oh, that's good.
He really did. There was some confusion when the people started streaming in to fix the roof and so forth, but Chico's adaptable, and he didn't fly out of my little basket into the tornado like Toto.
Gee, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. We're definitely not on the west side.
But Chico is strange because when he did get outside the house, anything that's been moved in the yard, you've seen this.
Oh, yeah.
He can't take it. So there was a cushion out in the front, blown.
And that just bothers him.
I said to Sharon, it could have been a bear. It could have been a dinosaur. He attacked that cushion like, what do you dare do laying in my front yard?
Why are you here? Dogs are like that. That's just the way they are. No, my harrowing tale, I almost died in a car crash Tuesday late afternoon, early evening. I was heading to the library, and I was stopped to make a left turn onto a road, and I had oncoming traffic, so I could not make the turn. Next thing I know, here comes a UPS delivery driver flying down the road doing about 60, and I look in the rearview mirror, and he's coming up on me fast, and he's not slowing down whatsoever. So I make the snap decision to floor the gas and make a right turn onto the road that I was intending on turning left onto, just to get out of his way. And, of course, he's blowing his horn. So I don't know if he had equipment failure or if he had brain failure, but
wow.
I tried to call UPS afterward, and you think I can get anybody local?
No, that's purpose.
No. You get an 800 number. There's no option to complain about the way the driver is acting behind the wheel. And once you do get to a customer service rep, they're located in either India or Pakistan because UPS is too damn cheap to source their call centers here in the U.S., so they have to go to the lowest bidder. Mm-hmm. This is what you get with lowest bidder. You get somebody that can't speak English. You can't understand them, and they can't understand you. What's the purpose? If you're going to have it that way, don't have a call center.
We have mentioned on this show the epitome of outsourcing with the phones where you order a cheeseburger in California, and you're talking to an Indian asking, an Indian as in India, asking if you want mustard or pickles on that burger 5,000 miles away.
And the example again, and I believe I was either McDonald's or Wendy's, where if you went through the drive-thru in Hawaii, you were connected to somebody in, I believe it was Houston, Texas, or Austin, Texas, who was taking your order and then sending it. They finally got rid of it because they realized they weren't saving any money, and it was causing longer lines at the drive-thru.
Yeah, they try and hide it. But I also want to go back to the trucking situation.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if anybody's noticed. You can go down, you go north to Howard City on 131. Just the stream, the steady stream, no matter what time it is, of semi-trucks. I don't know if I've ever seen any numbers, the percentage increase in semis. I know the roads look like they've been bombed out, and it's going to put us all into debt, and it's probably going to steal my pension to pay for it. But nonetheless, the corporations flood the roads. It's called externality. Externality means the corporations make billions of profit. Amazon, if you go over here to the corner of 3 Mile, Darren, in the morning, before you come here next time, at the Meijer new convenience store gas station, there is 100 nonstop Amazon trucks that come down 4 Mile, turn on Walker Road, go to the Meijer gas station, flood the place. You can't get gas. Literally, it's a constant stream of rental trucks that Amazon then sends out. And this is all morning long, every morning. Now, that's an externality. Why is it an externality? Well, the corporation makes all kinds of money. We're paying for the routes for their source of income. We fix the roads. I'm telling you, there's a good chance we'll lose a portion of my pension to fix the roads that these semi-trucks run, causing the most damage. That's not a stretch. That's not hyperbole. That's not too many dots to understand.
We've reported on this just several weeks ago. Go back into our archives. Yeah, and it's ridiculous.
An externality defined is when you get public money to support private enterprise. And that's all it is. And that's a wet dream for conservative neoliberals.
Yep. When you have Amazon not paying taxes, when you have Spartan Nash not paying taxes, General Electric not paying taxes, this is what happens.
And the money has to come from someplace, and guess where it comes from? You got IOU sitting in the Social Security box down in Kentucky where the money is. Now you're going to have an IOU sitting in Lansing in what's called the Teacher Aid Fund that will never be paid back to pay for the damn roads, while the corporations are getting away with not paying taxes left and right.
Exactly. This is nothing new, folks. You just need to start waking up to it. And we're the ones that are going to be waking you up to this stuff here.
You know, I know we're a little bit off the script here, but I want another thing. When you mentioned that you made the phone call and could get nothing, no result, that's enough to drive men insane.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
probably going there today, and they're probably not going to like what I have to say.
I can't control myself sometimes, and I call places. I'll give you an example. There was no mention of Bernie in the upcoming debate before the debate that took place last night.
Of course.
On NPR.
And they barely mentioned Bernie this morning after the debate on NBC.
So bad when Dean, our friend Dean
Vanderstel, who ran for Congress, a former guest on this show.
Yeah, great guy. Yeah, he texted me. He mentioned it that NPR went through the entire lineup of debaters, right? This would have been, the debate was yesterday, Thursday. This would have been Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
There was no mention on NPR.
Yeah.
This fall progressive news voice.
Yeah.
So I'm going to call him. I call, I put on my Google, NPR, phone number, Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Yep.
I get the news. I actually get the news producer. He goes, well, you have to understand, those decisions are made with NPR. And I said, listen, this has been systemic.
Well, then give me the number for NPR National.
Right. You're trying to make it sound like you're doing a great job locally, and you're not. There's a complete void of coverage for Bernie. They went through the entire lineup, never mentioned Bernie Sanders' name. Can you imagine that? This is MSNBC. This is CNN. This is NPR. And then CBS. Was it CBS or ABC last night had the debate?
ABC had the debate.
Darren, he had 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, at one point, and there's statistics out on this. Somebody was timing up to about the halfway point of the debate last night, and they were going through and showing who had the most time speaking. Of course, Joe Biden did.
Of course.
And second to last, beat only by Andrew Yang, was Bernie Sanders.
Incredible.
Folks, this is the media doing this.
That's right.
This has nothing to do with any type of fairness. You know why the media is scared? We just told it on this show about a week or two ago. Because Bernie has said that if he's elected president, he's going to put an end to these big media conglomerates.
Exactly.
The mergers are over.
It was said right here. And they don't want that. Plain and simple.
Yep. That's just exactly what it is. We've been seeing it again. I mentioned earlier this week. Anthem Sports and Entertainment, they own a couple of television channels, and they own a pro wrestling company, Impact Wrestling. Well, to get their wrestling product on a more well-known network, they bought up Access TV and HD Net Movie Channel. So guess what they announced? Not even a day or two later. Impact Wrestling's coming to Access TV in October. So you're going to have 3 wrestling products on the same channel because Access already plays New Japan Pro Wrestling out of Tokyo, and the Women of Wrestling, the David McClain promotion, the guy that founded Glow, for those of you that watch the series on Netflix, yeah, that's the guy. And the thing is, they're going to have more wrestling because Major League is on beIN Sports. And starting in October, WWE SmackDown Live is going to Fox. It's going to broadcast.
Darren, we've also
for $1 billion. Just listen to this, folks. Fox Broadcasting paid Vince McMahon $1 billion with a B dollars to air SmackDown Live for the next 4 or 5 years. I forget exactly how long the contract is. $1 billion.
Folks, we've talked about this before. Darren made a post this week that Jimmy Dore is the only authentic progressive voice out there in the whole field of pundits. That was actually